everybody secretly loves violence, right? Blades and knives and machetes is just more painful, you know? The good thing about cinema is like you are allowed to sort of like giving that taste, that what if you are able to kick somebody's ass? And that's what I mean, like action and violence is a universal language.
Yeah, and you don't need dialogue.
You
so
don't need
everyone
dialogue.
understands
Exactly,
it.
yes.
I told you. I'm on fucking vacation!
Hi, Timo. My name is Romi. I'm from Puli Film. And one thing I loved about it is that even though this is a sequel, you didn't just follow the established tone. You made it a Timo film. What's something you consciously decided to break from the first film style to make it your own?
Thank you, by the way, for that. Well, yeah. So basically, I don't want to copy Ilya's style. You know, like he's a very great filmmaker and also a good friend. So I think I have to respect him by not following making the same film. You know, like. So basically, I decided like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna do something that is happier in tone. You know, like something that is more warmer. Something that is almost more comedic than the first film. I think the DNA of actually making the violence feel painful, but like still fun, you know? And I have to remember like, okay, this film has to be a happy film. This film cannot be a sad and lonely film. So, you know, we all agree to that, like especially Bob. Bob understand that, like, you know, this is about me saying, yes, I cannot do this by myself, you know, like I need my family. And because of the family element, I think automatically this becomes a much warmer and happier film. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know your films often feature a sword or machete duel, and in this movie you stage one. So I wanted to know, what is it about blade fights that feels fresh and thrilling to you in a genre crowded with guns and explosions?
I think, honestly, blades and knives and machetes is just more painful, you know? And I think there's more creative ways to kill with, you know, I'm sorry, like we are going on a violent talk, but like there's something much more painful with spikes, with sharp objects, you know? Especially, I'm a huge fan of samurai films, you know? And, you know, if you see the film Riza, you know, Riza playing Harry Mansell, he's using a samurai sword as a weapon, and I think that's always cool to see, because like we know Hutch is good with like guns and everything, so I want to see, well, his brother Harry, how about he's not using guns anymore? Now he's becoming this samurai character, and I think Riza coming from Wu-Tang Clan, and Wu-Tang Clan is known for their love for kung fu and samurai films, right? So I think there's a good relation to that, you know.
That's amazing. So interesting. So you've said before that action is a universal language. How did that idea shape the way you approach the fights in Nobody 2?
Well, I think the simple theory is like everybody secretly loves violence, right? I think a lot of us, you know, a lot of us in life kind of know that like sometimes violence can be used to solve some problems, you know, and the good thing about cinema is like you are allowed to sort of like giving that taste, that what if you are able to kick somebody's ass, you know, like for example that scene in the arcade, you know, every father at some point has thought about, hey, if somebody hurt my daughter, they're gonna be in big trouble, you know. And I think that's fantasy for a lot of, you know, like middle-aged men or like dads, you know, including myself. But the reality is it's not exactly how you want it to be. So when Bob says like, hey, you know what, Timo, like there's a scene that's gonna be somebody slaps my daughter's head, and you know, and I'm gonna go crazy, you know. And I think that becomes a universal thing, because like you can have somebody in Japan who also thinks about the same thing. You know, like you can have somebody in Bolivia and he also think about the same thing, you know? And that's what I mean. Like action and violence is a universal language. So yeah.
Yeah, and you don't need dialogue.
You don't need
everyone
dialogue.
understands
Exactly.
it.
Yes, exactly. That's why, you know, like when kicking ass is not a dialogue thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much, Timo, for your time, and
Thank you.
again, congratulations.